Might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
The Film Lounge presents...
Spoiler-free movie review!
First you gotta do the truffle shuffle. Come on!
with Chris Gooch.
I'm the dude.
The Film Lounge presents...
Rewind Review. Spoiler free, not guaranteed.
I'm Tony Stark. I build neat stuff. I got a great girl. And occasionally, save the world. So why can't I sleep?
With Captain America Civil War only a few weeks away, it seemed like an appropriate time for a rewind review about an unstable PTSD suffering billionaire who loves running around in a metal warsuit, who gets duped by a drug-addled British actor and Guy Pearce because he left him on a rooftop one time. The kickoff of Marvel Phase 2 projects and the immediate follow-up to one of the biggest record-breaking films of all time that ultimately led to every other studio trying to jump on the shared universe bandwagon in hopes of making Scrooge McDuck levels of money. Iron Man 3 certainly had some huge expectations resting on its heavy metal shoulders, and with a huge box office takings and critical approval, you could call it a success. But with some huge plot holes and a divided reception amongst fans, Iron Man 3 is a bit of a divisive mixed bag.
You need backup.
That's your department.
I personally really love this film. Shane Black gave it some really punchy humor, impressive action sequences, and some great misdirections that led to some genuine rug-pulling moments. Some people may say that the film is too much Tony and not enough Iron Man, but when both Tony Stark and Iron Man are Robert Downey Jr., I fail to see how this is a legitimate complaint. Downey Jr. just gives the most layered performance of Tony Stark to date, and with the most funny and vulnerable version of the character we've ever seen. Downey Jr. just spits out Shane Black's script in a way that brings us back to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and also reminds us why Shane Black is one of the most sought after action movie writers of the last few decades.
13, sir.
How many can I carry?
4, sir.
With better humor than Joss Whedon's Avengers films, I almost would go as far as saying that this is more enjoyable than the 2012 super blockbuster. Sure, there are some more plot holes and nonsensical moments that the Avengers just didn't have, but I just feel that the humor works so much better here. The film also benefits from some great action set pieces such as the Air Force One plane rescue sequence, which looks fantastic, but serves no purpose to the film other than just looking cool. Plus, the sleight of hand approach where we discovered the Iron Man suit was being remotely operated gives the film the edge over some of the bigger criticisms that this movie copped.
America. Ready for another lesson?
Speaking of sleight of hand, after seeing the film for the first time, you just have to admire how well Marvel handled the marketing and secrecy of the big Mandarin reveal. Sure, some fans despise the handling of one of Iron Man's greatest villains, but the fact that many people didn't see it coming makes for one of the film's better twists. And come on, Ben Kingsley kills it on both sides of his role. He can be absolutely terrifying as the Mandarin, but hilarious as Trevor Slattery.
And they approached me about the role, and they knew about the drugs.
What did they say? They get you off them?
Said they'd give me more.
Now, as I've said, I don't personally have an issue with the Mandarin reveal. Admittedly though, I would have loved just one final twist where we discovered that he was playing possum in his Trevor persona and actually was the Mandarin all along. But, hey, I digress. The plot hole's been covered in countless other web series such as Honest Trailers, How It Should Have Ended, and Cinema Sins, so you know most of them. Putting on his only untested suit, not activating the house party protocol as soon as he gave his personal address out after threatening a terrorist, the weird grab bag of powers the extremist villains seem to have, blah blah blah. I agree, these things are questionable issues with the story, but I don't think that diminishes from the enjoyment of this film. Some of the issues I have are probably a little bit more simpler. The death of Pepper Potts felt like a non-issue, because you knew they weren't going to kill her off. And with this hot on the heels of Agent Coulson being resurrected after his death in the Avengers, this just became a recurring theme in Marvel movies. Sure, they've killed Quicksilver since Iron Man 3.
You didn't see that coming.
But honestly, that felt like a bit of a cop-out, killing a character that had only just been introduced in the same film. Fingers crossed, with Civil War on the horizon, we shall get a meaningful death within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Overall, despite the completely unnecessary Christmas setting and the Lethal Weapon 2 climax, Shane Black's Iron Man 3 is a thoroughly enjoyable blockbuster that has more unexpected twists and surprises than your regular cinematic fare. If this is Robert Downey Jr.'s final solo effort as the invincible Iron Man, then for my money, he's gone out far better than most third entries in comic book based movies. Iron Man 3 gets 4 out of 5 diplomatic immunity references that were clearly missing from the film's climax.
For a lesson.
There's something I want to say to the Mandarin.
You're not a man. You're nothing more than a maniac.